And we are live on YouTube and recording.
Thank you, Mark. Good afternoon. My name is Tracy Metzger, and I am the chair of the City of Albany Capital Resource Corporation. Today, we are holding this public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the City of Albany Capital Resource Corporation with a project for the benefit of Equitable School Revolving Fund, LLC, a Delaware limited liability corporation. I will now ask Tom Conacetti, who will serve as the public hearing officer today, to make certain preliminary remarks with respect to the project and to then start the public hearing. Tom?
Thank you, Tracy. Due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, the public hearing today will be conducted via the Zoom video and teleconference platform in accordance with Executive Orders 20210 and 20215 issued by Governor Cuomo, as well as applicable guidance from the Department of Treasury and Internal Revenue Service, including Revenue Procedures 2020-21 and 2020-49. The proposed project seeks assistance in the form of an issuance of tax-exempt bonds totaling up to approximately $31 million for the purpose of refinancing all or a portion of various loans of the company related to the land and improvements of facilities in the City of Albany that are used by KIPP Albany Community Public Charter Schools. Copies of the notice of this public hearing are available on our website at www.albanyida.com and available upon request. Now, unless there is any objection, I am going to suggest waiving the full reading of the notice of this public hearing and instead request that the full text of the notice be inserted into the record. I will also note that general information on the corporation's general authority and public purpose are contained in the statement, and it will be entered into the record. Before we start the public hearing, I would first like to introduce the project applicant and ask them to make brief remarks with respect to the project.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Valley, the Executive Director of KIPP Albany. So here to talk as the beneficiary of the financing. And so just real briefly, as many of you know, we have a vision here at KIPP Albany that every child grows up free to create the future that they want for themselves and their community. KIPP Albany came into being as a result of a merger between KIPP Tech Valley Charter School and Albany Community Charter School. Around 50% of our employees live in the City of Albany, and 80% of our students come from the City of Albany. And so, just here to state that in what has been an incredibly challenging year for schools across the board, the criticality of good financing really allowed us to return money that would have been used for debt service to our program and ensure that we could do things like ensure every student had a Chromebook, invest in cutting edge like learning management systems, and really make sure our students and families and staff were cared for. And again, what has been a really challenging year. So appreciate the CRC's consideration in this hearing today.
Thank you. I will now open this public hearing. The time now is 12:05 p.m. I will note for the record that no members of the public signed up to speak in advance today. In addition, 0 written comments were received prior to the meeting today. A record of this public hearing will be prepared and reviewed by members of the corporation in connection with consideration of the proposed project. A record of this public hearing will be reviewed and prepared by members of the corporation in connection with the consideration of the proposed project and the issuance of bonds. A copy of the record of this public hearing will be presented to the mayor of the City of Albany. At this time, I would like to ask if there is anyone here who wishes to speak on the proposed project to comment on either the nature and location of the project facility or proposed financial assistance, including the issuance of bonds and the potential granting of a mortgage recording tax exemption being contemplated. To speak, please unmute yourself and let us know of your interest. Just going to ask again for the record if there's anyone here that wishes to speak on the proposed project. Seeing none, we will pause the transcription of this public hearing until approximately 15 minutes has passed from the time the hearing was opened.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. We do need to have a complete record of all attendees of the public hearing. Do we have the phone numbers identified on the screen identified for our records, or should we roll call those as well?
Why don't we roll call them, Sarah? So I'm going to call out the last 4 digits of your phone number. If you can just unmute yourself and identify yourself for the record. The last 4 digits are 7155. If you could just unmute yourself and please let us know your name for the record. And I'll read out the full phone number. It is 518-461-7155.
Sorry, this is the third time I'm saying this. I realized I thought I was unmuted, but I wasn't. Wendy Berry, EFS.
Thank you. The next phone number ends in 8881. The full number is 518-801-8881. You could just unmute yourself and just state your name for the record. Again, it's the phone number with last 4 digits of 8881.
Yes, this is Anthony Gaddy.
Hello?
Hello, did you hear me?
I did. Hello, Tony.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next phone number is it ends in 8099, and its full number is 202-746-8099.
Hi, this is Michael McGregor with EFF.
Thank you, Mike. And then the last number is a 404 number that ends in 4688. If you could just unmute yourself and identify yourself on the record. And I'll read the full number, 404-788-4688. If you could, thank you.
Yes, this is Drew Marlar. I'm the General Counsel for EFF. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you. I will note for the record, the time is 12:09. We will hold this public hearing open until 12:20 if there are no comments. And again, as we are recording and are live on YouTube, but we are going to pause the transcription until someone is available to speak.
I didn't mind the music. It's a pain.
Just noting for the record that it is now 12:15. We will hold the hearing open for a few more minutes. If there's anyone here that wishes to speak, please identify yourself and unmute. I'd like to reopen the record to note that there were no further comments. And the time now is 12:20, and we will close this public hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.